in 2017. And you probably don't know, that's when Keys to the Streets was active, and that's how I met him. He was
It's a
poking,
Facebook group, correct?
yeah, Facebook group.
Okay,
He was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Facebook, and that's how we started. We started talking for Facebook.
So y'all were just talking on the Facebook group, and how long from you talking to the Facebook group to you actually meeting him?
I talked to him for 3 years, like on the phone. I didn't talk to him on the Facebook group. We actually had exchanged numbers, and I used to talk to him on the phone, like here and there. I talked to him for 3 years, and I met him with like I met him this last year. I met him last year, like in person.
So what took y'all so long to meet each other?
I just didn't. I didn't want to talk to him because I was scared to talk to him because of everything that was going on with him. And
All his beefs in the street and stuff.
yeah, he asked me that, and I was just like, you got a lot of stuff going on. And actually, he used to contact my mama to see if he could take me on dates with my mom. And my mom used to ask, why you going on a date with him? I was like, I'm scared. I don't want to be with him. If something happened, I just, I try to, I don't
So
know.
you were weary of hanging around him because of the beef he had in the streets.
Yeah.
Okay. And the people that are trying to connect that with saying that y'all were all friends with people he didn't like, is that correct or not correct?
That's incorrect.
So pictures that people pulling up, I think it was Jackie.
My sister used to hang with Yellow. She rapped with him. We went to school with him. I went to school with him, and I went to school with him just my freshman year at Lancaster. But I was never cool with him. Like I never hung out with him or nothing like that. Talked to him, none of that. Him and my sister had a relationship, but my sister and him stopped having a relationship like way back in 2012.
So that's all that shit was old, is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's old. Like my sister stopped being friends with him. He started doing his music, and all of
So they're
that.
not friends to this day.
No, they're not friends.
Okay. So back to you and Mo3. So it took y'all 3 years to actually sit down and, you know what I'm saying, actually get together. You were weary about him being in all this beef. So when you finally got with Mo3, tell me about y'all relationship from the point you met him to the point of his passing.
When I met him off of Facebook, from seeing him on the internet, I thought, oh, this boy got something going on. Like, but then when I met him and I got to get to know him, like he was actually cool. Like he was funny. Like he just was genuine. He was just like a regular person. Like he didn't act like your average rapper, like famous, all stuck up. Like
Yeah.
he act like when I met him and stuff. He came to Mama house the first time I met him.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
cool. I'm like, he
So
cool.
so it was just like a friendship, or was it like more I
It,
like you and you like me?
yeah, it was a friendship. Really, we were vibing. Like it was like a friend. We was friends.
Okay.
But
Did you ever become more than friends with him?
and what do you mean by that? Like, did we get in a relationship with
Did
each other?
you was there, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious you probably had some physical stuff there, but what I'm asking is was there a relationship as far as, we're dating or we're talking or we're trying to see what's up?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so were y'all
Mm.
boyfriend and girlfriend?
No, we was not boyfriend and girlfriend. We had not established that we was going together or we was in a relationship. We was
Okay,
like know each other.
so y'all were just in the getting to know each other phase in person.
Yeah, yeah. Cause
Got you.
I
But
so
do
long. I
you
talked to him on the phone for 3 years. Like I actually used to talk to him. Like I just never had went out in public with him or went and met him. But so we was getting to know each other like in person and stuff like
you cut out?
that.
You froze, Jocy. You froze. There you go. There you go. I got you now.
Okay.
Okay. So let me ask you a question then. Okay, so since you and him were talking at this time and y'all are trying to see what's up and pursue something, what was your relationship like with your baby's father?
I haven't been with my kids' dad in 3 years.
Okay.
And when I
So the
say
whole
haven't
3 years you were talking to Mo3, you had never dealt with your baby's father.
no.
Okay. And what? So what was your relationship with your baby father the whole time? Were y'all just co-parenting or not speaking or?
Co-parenting and not speaking. Like me and my kid's father, we never had a good, even when we was together, we didn't have a good relationship. So when we ended, the co-parenting relationship was even not a good co-parenting relationship. It was always him bashing me on the internet. Like if we'll get into it, he'll go to the internet and talk about me and stuff like that. Like, so I just never, I was a physical, it was an abusive relationship that I was in. So I just decided to go my separate way, and I didn't deal with him on no type of level, sexually, friendly, nothing. It was just all about my kids.
Okay. So that's all I want to touch with on that subject. So my next question to you is, what was Mo3's energy like the night before in the morning that he left?
His energy was just talking like he always do, like we normally do. We always talk. Like we just had to come, we talked about, he showed me his old videos that he recorded in Nordalis. We talked about King Von. We talked about my kids. Um, we just, his energy was just his regular energy. Um,
So you just
he
being
wasn't
normal
sad.
Mo3.
Yeah, he wasn't sad or nothing. We laughed. We talked for a pretty good time. We talked for about probably like an hour. Like we always talk. So he
So
was
the night
talking
he
to
came
me
to your
too.
house, he spent the night at your house, correct?
Yes, he spent the night at my house.
So y'all just kicked it, had a good time, and then
Yeah.
the next morning he was still acting normal, like nothing. It was just a normal Mo3.
Yeah.
He didn't seem paranoid or felt like something's gonna happen to him or nothing like that.
He seemed it some of his words that he used when he was talking to me, um like he was saying that my son was going to remember that he talked to a rapper. Like some of that it always stick with me, because I'm like, why he say he gonna remember he talked to a rapper? Like
When did he say this?
he said that when he was at my house the day that we talked that morning. He was like, he gonna remember his mama was talking to a rapper.
So he said
And
it like it was
yeah, and I
he.
was just thinking, like, where you gonna go? I was thinking to myself, like, where you gonna go? Why he gonna be remembering? Like, where will you be? That's what I was thinking to myself, but it didn't really resonate until after he left, and I'd be thinking about stuff like that, and I was like, dang, like he was a spiritual person. Like even though he talked about a lot of stuff in his songs, like he knew God, so I'm sure he probably knew, because he knew right from
So
wrong.
you
So
felt like he was acting a little off, just a tad, but he was being Mo3,
yeah,
but just a little.
yeah.
Like basically, he was telling you this is it. You know, your
I
son gonna
don't know.
remember this.
I can't necessarily say if he was or not. It's just something that always sits with me. I can't say or not if he was saying this is it. It's just, you know.
Was it typical for Mo3 to leave your house early in the morning, or would y'all kick it during the day, or how would it usually go? Because was that his
I don't
only time spending the night, or had he
no,
spent the night
he's spent the night over my house several different times. And I don't think it was early that morning. I think he left like around 12 or 1. But he never just got up and left my house. We always talked. Like it wasn't a relationship where he'll come over there and we do what we do and he leave. Like we actually had a friendship. Like we talked about stuff. So it wasn't like that, oh, I'm gone, get what I need and I leave. Like we always
So
talk.
y'all hung out and y'all
Yeah.
were like real friends.
Yeah.
I got you. So on a typical time that he would spend the night with you, it would be he would leave around 12. You said he would leave around usually 12 or 1, never early in the morning.
Different times, like it depending on what he had to do. I mean, he was a rapper. He was an entertainer, so he had different things that he had going on. So
So on
sometimes
this
he
particular
would.
day, was he like you said he left. What time did he leave your house that morning?
I think he left for that afternoon, like around 1. I think 1 or 12 afternoon, probably 12. It wasn't early in the morning.
Okay, okay. And what was the last thing he said to you?
Bye. I'm
He was just
call
like,
you.
I
I'm
bet,
call
okay.
you. Yeah, I'm call you.
already.
What you got
Now,
to do, I'ma call you. That stuff like that.
okay. Now, how has life been for you since the passing of Mo3? Explain to me, and I want you to tell everybody that's watching you, how has Jocy Banks' life been since Mo3 died?
Sad, just overwhelming because people blaming me for his death
And why do you think they're doing that?
because he was leaving my house, and people gonna be people, and they're gonna speculate, and they're gonna try to find somebody to blame.
And what would you have to gain out of this?
I wouldn't have nothing to gain out of it. I genuinely, that was my friend. Even before I met him in person, he still was my friend. He still talked to me and told me stuff. So meeting him in person wasn't like it was something. I wasn't shy to meet him or nothing. It's just like we had finally met. Like we just clicked on that level. Like we just bonded. Like because we had already was talking to each other on the phone for so long. Like I cared about him. I don't care for what amount of money. I never set nobody up. So life for me have been just it's been just I don't know. Like I didn't even have time to grieve. I had people going on the internet. I had a girl that I worked with went on the internet. Her head. It just was just too much.
Yeah.
It's just
And
been.
so,
Oh, I've been dealing with it day by day. You know, I have my mama and I have my sisters, and I got my brother and I got my daddy and I have my other family members, and they've been helping me get through it. But it's hard.
now, has it just been you catching a lot of slack, a lot of flack for this, or has it just been you? Has your whole family been getting like some?
My
How's it been
sister,
for everybody?
my sisters caught slack for it as well. After Queen went live and said that we had something to do with it, my sisters was getting attacked as well. I don't know if they was receiving death threats like me, but people was actually sending me death threats and saying they was gonna kill me. They hope I die. Just a lot of stuff like that I'm not even used to. So, and knowing that I don't have nothing to do with his ass, and it was hurtful.
So the Queen lady, I thought. See, at first that kind of confused me. I'm glad you brought it up. I thought that y'all were on the same side at first. I thought that y'all it was cool and y'all you did a live with her. Like I didn't understand how you sat down and did a live with someone and then spin into that.
Okay, so we was cool with when I did the live with Queen. I genuinely thought that Queen was real when I did the live with her. First mistake, she wasn't. I should have listened to my mama. And at that moment, I can honestly say it wasn't my live. I was in a state of shock. I had never lost nobody that close to me. So when I did the live with Queen, I was just really I feel like I did it trying to help to see
Hmm.
what happened to him, and I thought that she could summon him somehow and talk to him, and he could tell her what happened to him and who did it. That's what I thought was going to happen. But I know now that Queen didn't do that live from a genuine place. She did it to get her following up and to get people to come follow her so that she can make money. Because even after he did his reading with her, he told me that he had nightmares and that she was reaching out to him to do an event with him so that people can come and get readings. And he was like, I'm not writing that lady back. And he was telling me that his mama told him that he shouldn't be doing that. It's not godly. And he was like, his auntie called him, was like, don't be getting a reading from her. So I wish that I didn't do that live with Queen. It just really backfired in the worst
So
way.
you feel like she was malicious.
Yeah, yeah.
You
It
feel
wasn't.
like it was all for clout.
Yeah, it didn't come from a genuine place.
So in that live, someone says your homeboy dead. It's time to pop bottles. And that's how she spent it. What was that about?
Queen, she merged the audio. She made an audio from someone's live that said that, and she merged those audios together.
So that was not from your residence.
That was not from my residents.
Who was it
Who was what?
that
Who was
said
the?
that? Like,
That was
where did she get that from?
The person that was on the live,
Live on the freeway. He know. He from Dallas.
the other rapper.
We not saying no names. He know.
Yeah.
So she took audio from that rapper and put it in the video she did with y'all.
Yes.
Ain't nobody cool with that person over here.
Yeah. I don't know him. I never met him before ever in my life.
You never met the other rapper.
Yeah, I never met him before. He don't know me. I don't know him.
Y'all have never had one conversation.
We've never had one conversation. I've never seen him in person. He don't know me. I don't know him. I promise to God.
So
Never
for
met
anybody who's trying to connect you and him in this whole situation, that's BS, is what you're saying.
him. That's BS. Never met him. He can't. He wouldn't see me.
So nobody will be able to find nothing on you with that guy ever.
Oh,
Okay.
searching.
Why? Why do you feel like your name has not been cleared publicly?
I feel like my name wasn't cleared. I know that my name wasn't cleared because of an album sale. I was never suspect in the first place. When I found out that Mo3 had passed away, I called the detectives and told them that he was in my house. They never had to come look for me. I called them, he left my house. What do I need to do to help? Because he was leaving from with me.
So you were cooperating 100% fully when this started.
And from the start,
Okay. And the detectives never questioned you like you were a suspect.
they
They
never
you based
suspect. I even gave them my phone. They didn't even. I volunteered my phone for them to look through my phone. I was never a suspect
so you say it was about an album sale. Why? What would make you think it would be about an album sale?
because that was told to me.
Who told you that?
That's what Rainwater told me. That he didn't want to hear my name because Mo3 prophesied his death with that Money Maya song.
Why are people connecting you and Money Maya? Are you Money Maya?
I'm not Money Maya. And if you listen to Rain interviews and he tell you Mo3 spoke highly of them, like he spoke highly of her, he spoke highly of her sisters. Is he speaking highly of Money Maya in the song?
No.
He ain't he said Money Maya is a snake bitch, and she set niggas up and get paid to go on trips, and she goes to funerals. I don't know. I ain't been to nobody funeral. Go to my page. I haven't been to no funerals.
Okay. Who is Money Maya?
I can't disclose. I don't know who Money Maya is. And
Do you,
if I do have an idea, I wouldn't put nobody's life in danger. I'm not that type
but
of
you
person.
do feel like, but you do have an idea who you think it is.
I, yes, but I'm not gonna put nobody's life in danger. In this whole situation, my life was in danger, and I have kids, and I have people that was threatening me. I wouldn't want to put that on nobody else. That's not the type of energy I want to be getting from people. People think that I want to. This not the type of attention that I want to have for being known to be setting up somebody, getting somebody killed. No.
Okay. So you say Rainwater basically told you you were asking him to clear your name, and he said, "I'm not doing it because I want people to basically think you Money Maya, and we're gonna sell this album."
He said that he didn't say that that he wanted them to basically think that, but yeah,
He insinuated it.
brought up the Money Maya song though. So yeah, I guess you can say that. Yeah, basically.
You
And
recently go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, what were you gonna say?
You recently did a live on Instagram. You recently did a live on Instagram, and you were like, Rain was saying all this about Three. Rain was talking down on him. Rain said he had his clothes on. He was stretched out on the freeway. He's embarrassed. Look at you. You tend over pussy. You're weak and behind these women. You say that Rainwater said that about Three.
Yeah, true.
He told you this.
Tell me and my little sister this.
And when was this?
Probably like a couple of days after Mo3 passed away.
What would make him say something like that though?
I don't know. I don't know. And that's what it always that one when he said that look at you now embarrassed, stretched out in the middle of the freeway dead, that will always I will always stick that will always stick in my mind. because why are you even thinking about that? Who would say that if that's your friend, that's your partner, you would be sad at that moment. You wouldn't even be thinking everything else is irrelevant at that point.
Well, he said that he left the funeral because I mean, when he didn't say he left the funeral, he said leaving. You know, after the funeral and everything was over, he went to do an interview because he was ready
Hmm.
to get back to work. You know, put them back on top. So but you also been thinking that he's moving a little sus too, right?
I think that Rainwater is suspect just because. I mean, even if he's not suspect, I wouldn't say that he was a good friend to Mo3. He wasn't a good manager because of the things that he said about him, the way he talked about him was just something that a friend wouldn't do. And the things that he told me and the fact that he went on his interview and said that Mo3 was private and this and that, as if I have never went online and put me and Mo3's business online and said anything about us sexually or what he done for me. And it's just like you continue to I don't know. It's just like he trying to use me as a scapegoat. That's how I feel.
Do you feel like he's using Mo3's death to benefit?
Yeah. I mean, he do more interviews than his artist interview.
Mm.
I mean, every time I look up, it's him talking about the Money Maya or talking about it's just it's always him. I feel like he lived for mess and he just lived for publicity. I feel like everything. I feel like he put it in Mo3's head that publicity would sell albums, but it wasn't the right publicity. It was always the messy kind.
What did Mo3 talk to you about Rainwater? Has he ever said anything to you about Rainwater?
He never talked about him bad. Only thing he told me about Rainwater is that he was a habitual liar and he go behind his back and try to talk to females that he was talking to.
I asked him, has he ever tried to deal with a woman that Mo3 was with? He said no.
Yes, he have.
And
He's a liar.
you know that to be true.
Yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
Rainwater is a habitual liar.
So you feel
I
like, do you feel like he played a part in it?
I honestly he called him the night and the morning of and I don't want to put that out there and say that I feel like he is, but I just it's something about him, man. I don't know if that's
Was
just his character, but he ain't he's not right. He ain't right. He ain't right. He should
was
never been
he?
man.
You say that he called him the night before and the morning of. Now, was he asking questions? Did he acting weird, or
Where
was he just?
he asked him where he was at, and he told him where he was at. I'm at
Mhm.
Jocelyn's house. Called him that morning. I'm at Jocelyn. They was supposed to go. They was supposed to go do a movie scene for the Triple D Revenge movie,
Mhm.
and he called him for that.
And
He
that was
called
it.
him. Yep, he
He,
called him. He
go ahead.
called him that morning to see where he was at because they had the Triple D Revenge movie little scene for him to do. So I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, all I can say is that the truth gonna come to the light. So if he did play a part, everybody gonna get their karma. Everybody gonna get their karma. Everybody that played a part. So if he is a snake, snakes get their head cut off. All I know is that he wasn't a good friend. He talked about his friend behind his back. He said he was embarrassed, stretched out on the freeway. He told me
And
he
you
had on his
say,
outfit.
did he have on his outfit?
He said that he